Lines open at 1850 104 106. Pick up the phone, get in touch, and that's what the one and only Liam Bonner has done. Bonner, good morning.
Good morning, Neil. How are you?
Good. What section of the conversation did you want to get in on? The jab, was it?
On Wednesday night, about 8:45, I just got a text on my phone, and it said that there was a CUH vaccine, Liam Bonner, you'll be texted shortly. So then 5 minutes later, I get a text saying to go in for a vaccine at Portyqueeve at 14:14 yesterday. And I was quite taken aback, to be honest. I thought it was a bit of an April Fool's prank, because I don't have any particular issues I'm 54 years of age.
And on April 1st, a 54-year-old with no underlying conditions would think that it's a prank.
I genuinely did. So I thought, that was fine for me, because, I didn't want to go as I pleased. So I went down to Portyqueeve, and I left work and went in, and sure enough, I'm on the list, and I got vaccinated. I got my first jab yesterday.
Did you ask anybody down there why someone as young as you with no medical issues would?
Well, I didn't go into that, but I did talk to a guy who had queued up there, one of the security guys, and just said, I'm quite taken aback the fact it was such short notice. I mean, it was 8:45 the night before, and I knew nothing of it. I didn't expect anything. And then I said to him, maybe the fact that there's not so many people showing up, that they don't have the privilege I have, that they can just walk out of work and go and get it done. So he said, I know, and he agreed with me. There's a lot of it is very, very short notice. It's an interesting one. But back to the point, I don't really know why I got called. No, I had a couple of issues this time last year. I had a chronic cough, and I had been in hospital twice. And it turns out they were done for a couple of months, and you can imagine at the start of the pandemic, and I got a chronic cough.
Yeah, you're breaking up on me again. It's probably the Bluetooth in the car. Would you be able to find out who referred you? Was it a GP? Was it a hospital consultant, or what?
I'm wondering, Neil. It could have been, as I say, it may have just been the fact that I did go to hospital twice, and it turns out I had whooping cough. It's something that can come back into your life later in life,
Did you respond to the text or call any number in advance of going?
It just said respond yes or no to reschedule and yes to go. So I just text back yes. I went down yesterday, and all very organised. I got my first jab, so.
See, some people will feel really annoyed, I suppose, particularly if they have an elderly relative. I was talking to people yesterday who have parents in their 80s. One is 96 years old. Still hasn't got the jab, and you claim to be, and you are, hale and hearty at 54, and away you go. Yeah,
it was a strange one. I don't know why. Now, that's the only thing I could think of, was the fact that I did have 2 hospital visits by ambulance kind of this time last year. It was a whooping cough. It was a chronic cough.
You could be on some list in some hospital department, unbeknownst to yourself, as perhaps a vulnerable category, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but I think that's their big problem, though, is that issue, and the fact that they're only giving people such short notice, that so many people aren't showing up, so they might want to address that issue.
Perhaps that is one of the reasons why there's been like 800 or 900 no-shows on one day in Dublin, and we had evidence of 2 different days in Cork where there was 20% no-show on the Tuesday and a 25% no-show on the Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a strange one. As I say, I was happy to get it done, and I didn't realise it's a 12-week period between the next jab, but so be it,
And any side effects?
No, I felt a bit lightheaded last night, but I feel great today. No drama at all.
Not a bother, sailing through it. And all hale and hearty otherwise. Good to hear. Okay.
All hale and hearty otherwise. No, the other quick thing I could say is that, I do supply PPE. That's what I do with masks and all this sort of stuff. Maybe they we do occasionally do the CUH hospital, maybe they put me on a list there. I don't really know, but it's just thought I'd tell you. That's all. Interesting, I thought.
Somebody's suggesting I'm not quite sure I understand this. Would you have been on a secondary list because of no shows on the original list? That's why there was such short notice.
Yeah, maybe it was that they just picked a name out or something. I don't know. And there's another Liam Bonner remote in Cork, I'm sure.
Only the one. We only want the one. The original of the species. Cheers, Liam. Thanks for taking the call.
Neil Prendeville, the voice of Cork. Weekdays 9 to midday, Cork's Red FM.